Okay, hi. This is another Flashback Friday video. Okay, so, oh god, I'm really nervous about telling this story, but, it's an online dating, like, horror story, so you should already know, like, it's a mess from the jump. But anyways, okay, so I was messaging this guy, like, I think this was, like, a few months ago, because I've like given up now, but I was messaging this guy, and so it was just kind of one of those hi, hey, like back and forth, and then we just weren't communicating that much, but then he's like, how are you, like what's up, and then like he asked for my number, and I gave it to him, but he didn't text me like for like an entire week, so I kind of forgot that I even gave him my number, and I kind of like gave up on that site. And so I guess how to describe this guy. Okay, so it's like a super tall African guy, and I think he's like, damn, I don't know how tall he is, like 6'7" or something like that. I don't know why I was like, okay, this, I kind of wasn't, I guess, too interested because I forgot, like, I even gave him my number. But I went to work, and then I was driving, and I was on the way home from work, and it was probably like 12 p.m. Like, I work like 7 to 12 or something really early, and then I got this call, and it's from an 818 number, so it's in my, area. So I was like, okay, you never know, because the last time I didn't answer, it was for a job interview, and that was just a disaster. So I was like, I'm gonna answer every time. So I answer, and then I'm like, yeah, hello, like, who is this? And then he says his name, and I was like, oh. Like, okay. He's like, I don't know if you remember me, like, you gave me your number, all this stuff, and I was like, okay. Yeah, sure, this is some following. And then he's like, well, he's like, well, did you want to meet up for lunch right now? And I was like, well, I kind of have to get home. I'm really tired. Like, I kept making all these excuses, and he was like, oh, if you don't come now, like, you're never gonna come. And he was just like not listening to any of my excuses. So I was like, okay, I'll go. Fine, I'll go. Like, what's the worst that could happen? And then I'm like, it's a public place. If you try to kill me, Chipotle, I don't know, we'll handle it. So there's a Chipotle really close to my house, but I was like, hell no. So I chose the Chipotle like halfway from like work to like, I don't know, out of the city, I don't know. I just chose one further away. So we're sitting there. No, okay, sorry. I get there. As soon as I like hung up, I just like drove there, and I'm like sitting there in Chipotle, and I'm like freaking out because I'm like, I can still leave, I can still turn around, but another part of me was like, I'm bored, and maybe I should just like step outside of my comfort zone. No, that was a mistake, because okay, he shows up, and I'm like sitting here, sorry. So this super tall guy walks in, and I'm like, okay, he kind of looks like his picture. Like, I don't know what to think of his picture. I guess I was kind of like, I was a little bit attracted to him, but I was also not attracted to him because he reminded me of like my ex. So that's the only thing that I was like, okay, he's not that cute, but I'll give him a chance. That's what's going through my head. So when he shows up, he's effing giant. Like, okay, I know he said 6'7", but like, that was just like weird. Like, you know, you're so effing short. Or maybe 6'1". I don't know why I said 6'7". Actually, I don't even know. He was just so tall that I don't even know how tall he was right now. He was just so ginormous. So we like get we get in line, and I'm always really awkward when it comes to like paying for stuff because I don't just presume it's like a date, but like I don't know. I just feel weird because I also am like, do I want a stranger like paying for my food when I don't know them that well yet? I don't know. But yeah, he's like, okay, I got this, and I'm like, okay. So I think I got a burrito bowl. I think because I stopped eating Chipotle because I got sick every single time I went for the last like 5 times. Don't ask why I went back when I got sick twice in a row. I really wanted Chipotle. Anyways, okay, so so we choose a seat outside, and it's going really well. Like, everything he's saying is like really perfect. He even says he has like 2 cars. He like lives by himself. He has like his own money. He does like computer technology work, I think, which I'm like, okay. And then we just match like on we have like kind of the same like morals and like understanding and everything, and we've been talking for like 30 minutes, and I'm like, wow, I might actually like be interested like in this guy, like this might work out. And then I don't know, things kind of just took a weird turn. Okay, so we're agreeing on everything, everything's good, and then he's like, the one thing like I can't stand is like liars. So like, tell me like everything about your exes. And I'm like, if there's one thing I know, it's like, you're not supposed to talk about your exes on dates like with other people. But he said like that's what he needed to do to just, I don't know, like lay everything on the table. So in a way I kind of got it, but I also was like, why would you want to know, like, what? I don't know. So I told him what happened. He's like, oh, okay. And then he explained to me, like, it was kind of weird the way he explained to me, because he talked about his exes, but then he also talked about like people that he's talked to on the website and on like in other places too. He was like, well, you know, every time I like talk to girls, they like immediately want to take me to like meet their parents, and like, you know, like I'm really picky, and like I like have like really high standards, and like a lot of girls like don't fit my standards, but they're like obsessed with me, and they're always texting me, and they're always like obsessed with me. And I'm like, oh, okay. Like, even though I kind of like could relate to that a little bit, what he's saying, it was also kind of like a little bit like cocky to say that. Why would you say that? But anyways, okay. So then, let me see. I think this is where it gets pretty scary for me. So then after everything's laid out on the table, we talk about our exes. He talks about like his standards and what he's looking for in a girl. And then he says, everything I'm looking for in a girl, like you have, like you are, like everything. And I'm like, oh, that's like really sweet and like really cute. But then he tells me that he wants me to be his girlfriend, and it's been an hour since we met. And I was like, what? And he was just like, well, I already know what I want, and like I'm 27, like I'm too old for like games and like all Chipotle's like lying. And I was like, yeah, but we literally just met like an hour ago. Like, at least like give me some like time to think about it. Also known as time to like run away. So he was like, no, like come on, like please, just come with me, you know, like I'll show you like everything, like I'll show you my 2 cars and like my house and like, you know, like we would be like so great together and all this stuff. And it was just really bizarre. And then for some odd reason, he wanted me to like buy him headphones as like a symbol of like me being his girlfriend. But I was just like, I'm gonna think about it and message you. And I went home so fast that day, and he like tried to get in my car and everything, and I was like, no, like it's really like embarrassing, it's like dirty in there and stuff. So I just went home, and like for like an entire month after that date, I like put him on my like reject and spam list. But I think I sent him one message that was like, I'm sorry, it's just like too much, like it's too fast for me, like please stop. And then he would just call me like every single day. Like my phone would reject it, but he would just call me, and then he'd text me stuff like, why are you being so weird, like you're supposed to be my girlfriend, like we're supposed to have a date like on Sunday, and like all this stuff. And it was just kind of scary. And the saddest part is like, that's like my second time dealing with like that obsessive behavior, because I just think I'm like too nice to people, to guys or something, because they think that's like okay, but that's like disrespectful. But anyways, that was my scary online dating experience, and it only took like an effing like hour to already just be like a disaster and like terrifying. And Chipotle makes me sick for 2 reasons now, but unfortunately there's just more horror stories. Like I don't even think it's called like dating anymore. I think it's just like a literal game, like a literal like game to see like who's the craziest person you can meet in LA. And I decided to be a contestant on the show. But I'll post some more videos soon. But let me know if anyone else has had some crazy effing mess like that. But